Hello. So we're streaming on the publisher YouTube channel, the publisher Twitch channel, and also Crystal's YouTube channel. So we're going to introduce ourselves. Actually, Crystal's going to introduce herself first.
Yeah.
And then I will introduce myself so that everyone watching anywhere knows who we are.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm Crystal. My channel's Crystal's Cluster, where I make a cluster of content ranging from writing, gaming, D&D, witchy woohoo stuff, basically whatever I decide to do at any given day. I'm also a paranormal fantasy writer specializing in vampires, where God's magic, trauma, problems, it's a time. And I do that. And yeah, I also stream on Tuesdays too, later in the afternoon.
I love that you agreed to stream with me, and now I'm finding out that you also.
One thing you'll learn about me, I'm a chaos gremlin that just decides to say yes to things.
Hey, I'm happy for it. I was just like, oh, I didn't realize. Also, by the way, if you are watching on the Inimitable Books YouTube channel, in the description is Crystal's YouTube channel. But if you are watching on Twitch, I am popping her YouTube channel in the chat. And her Instagram is currently running as a ticker on screen. I will say hello to people in just a moment. Okay, so if you are watching on Crystal's channel and don't know who I am, my name is Zara Hoffman. I am the founder of Inimitable Books, a small publishing company dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices without pigeonholing authors into writing about their trauma. Sometimes an author wants to write about trauma. That's totally fair, but a lot of traditional publishing kind of forces people of marginalized identities to do so. Otherwise, they're like, oh, we're not interested in that. And I think that's unfair. I'm sorry. I'm getting texts from all my authors this morning.
Hi.
Yeah, yes. So, yeah. Hello. Hi, Regina. Haven't done writing in days and I need to get work done. Well, we will be sprinting. Hello. Hi. Hello.
All the friends.
I know. And then everyone's saying hi to each other. So let me put up the first forest room code. Hold on. I'm going to turn on Do Not Disturb on my computer so it'll stop
yelling at you.
Like pinging so loudly every single time. But the phone is still going to. I'll also put the phone on vibrate. Hello. Okay. Have you used the Forest app before, Crystal? Do you want to? Okay.
Oh yeah. I did have to re-log in because I hadn't used it in months since the last time. I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Time.
Soup.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure in case, maybe I needed to do the instructions on how to join a forest room.
Gotcha.
But I should probably do that anyway. I'll do that. That is the wrong. I just want to make sure that you pick the cat and not the dog, which I was correct, but I glanced at it briefly and I was like, I could be wrong. I'd like to get it right. Okay, the forest room code is 4 Delta 3 Kilo Echo Bravo Tango Sierra Golf. It is up on screen, and
I knew I would get one wrong.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Hello, Nadeem. Someone from your channel.
Oh, hello. The new friend. Not a name I recognize.
So yeah, that is the forest room code. I'm going to put up a little video of how to enter Tree Room if you've never done it before. So we're unfortunately still going to be in the background, but it'll like block the middle of the screen while it goes. Tap the flame icon, turn off deep focus, and turn on plant together. Tap on a darkened section of the screen. Join room and enter the code. Also, for anyone who is watching on replay, you are more than welcome to use any of the writing sprints on the Inimitable Books YouTube channel to get productivity done after the fact, but the codes are only viable and valid in real time.
Here.
Let's see if people are entering the room. Yes, yes. Great. What are you working on today?
I am organizing way too many notes and basically reverse creating a series Bible. That way this plan does not go to hell in a handbasket, because there's some stuff that, like, there's characters that no longer exist after the redraft, and I didn't know they didn't. I forgot they didn't exist. So it's like, yeah, here's a list of characters you have, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. And yeah, so I need some consistency in my life. So we're fixing it.
Continuity is a pain in the butt with a series. I mean, to me, it's a pain in the butt within a standalone book as well, just because my brain, by the time I've reached like a certain part of the book, my brain is like, what eye color did I give this character?
Yes. Or it's like, what lore drop did I specifically do 6 chapters ago?
You know, like, this is my only standalone, and I have all my other books are part of trilogies, and the first trilogy was kind of like linked standalones, and then the second trilogy was like basically act 1, act 2, act 3, but like in 3 different books, but also had their own arcs within them and things like that. And I was just like, you would think that writing a standalone would make it easier, because even with the linked ones, I still have to call back to lore from the previous books. You'd think this would be easier, and yet it wasn't.
I understand. I understand this. I am in.
Why? By the way, this book and all of the books that I've written, Zara Hoffman, are not published by Inimitable Books. That's separate.
Gotcha.
But you can buy these as signed copies from the Ko-fi page down below. And if you do it through that link instead of my personal Ko-fi page, which I don't promote anymore, the money will all go directly to supporting the publishing company versus like going into my audiobook fund to get the 3rd book made into an audio.
Dope. That is really cool.
The first 2 are, but this one isn't yet.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Move here, write mostly in Bengali, and my dad translates into English. Cool. Awesome. Good old consistency. Mm-hmm. Love the matchmakers. Yeah, I think that might be Regina's favorite book of mine.
I'm going to have to add more books to my book list, because your girl's behind on everybody's books.
I am too. I feel so awful about it. Like, I will get to them someday, and then that day just keeps moving farther and farther back because of the publishing company. And like,
yep,
it will happen eventually, but the publishing company is my baby, and like that, it requires a lot of work.
Oh yeah, like I require it when my world is eventually no longer on fire list. And it's like all the different books everybody's written, all the different shows everyone keeps recommending to me, and it's getting longer and longer.
I mean, like, I actually intend to read the books. The shows, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it one day, and then like the moment it falls off my memory, I'm like, whatever.
It's like, wait, when did this show come out? 10 years ago? Son of a bitch.
Well, it'll be more like someone's like, you still haven't watched it? I'll be like, obviously not.
It's like, are you new here? I talk about doing it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
If it's anything else, if it's not about consuming content, if I say I'm going to do it, I do.
Yeah.
But if it's like, here's the thing to do for fun, I'm like, I have too much work.
It's like, you see my plate? It's Thanksgiving dinner full, okay?
It's like I have to budget my free time.
Yep. 100%.
So if I didn't seek it out myself, your recommendation is not going to be high on that list. Regina, like, being like, oh, I love all your books. It's okay if you have a favorite. It's okay.
Oh, it is hilarious.
Okay, let's start our first sprint.
Yes.
Because I need to format a novel.
Okay.
I will not finish it in a single sprint. I'm not that good, but okay. 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. And the typing, sorry, I muted YouTube. The typing is in the timer, so if it bothers you, you can mute us and then come back. How did we do?
I saw it the last second. I wrote God lore that I need to add to an actual section once I actually make the section, but I wanted to get it down before I forgot.
That's fun. I did laundry, finally got my computer working, some mom stuff, and put myself together so I look human.
I was going to say, you look very nice this morning.
Thank you. It's the white dress, and I washed my hair, so, you know.
I think you did enter on mute, and then I think something might have like hit your keyboard or something, because you were on mute at first, and then all of a sudden you weren't, and I was like, oh,
wow.
Yeah, probably nymph, probably being.
Yeah, because Crystal says, I legit thought it was me. I saw Crystal's face, and then I commented on Crystal's YouTube channel so that it would like be in the comments right there, one after another, where I was like, I thought it was me despite it being impossible, because I never listened to stuff that peppy.
Yeah. Like, I thought it was an ad or something because I was opening YouTube up on the other side so I could see the timer.
I don't even know what it was. It was probably something the girls were listening to.
I think it was. It sounded like something like Kitty and things like that, but that was funny.
Oh, where did my screen go?
Net loss on words, but the words I filled in were better. One says thag.
Yay.
That's good. That's good. I sent emails that were important. So instead of formatting the book, which is Kelly's.
Yeah.
It was formatted. Like, I literally have it right here, but then I did an additional round of proofreading.
And I need to add the thing into Notion. Thank you for reminding me, because I forgot.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so did not do what I said I was going to do, but still did important stuff.
You know what? Love that. Sometimes it's just the vibe for the day, you know? Like, there's so much I got on my list today, and I'm like, we're going to sit down and finish this chapter of Bun. So I did some rereading for where we're at right now in the 0 draft of Bun, and I'm very excited to meet with Ryan on Friday and retackle this book.
Yay.
Okay, I got my Notion pulled up. So at the start of the next sprint, I'll do the thing in Notion that I was meaning to do, Zara.
No worries.
I feel like everyone else, my author siblings, are so on top of their stuff, and I just have mom brain and forget everything. So I feel like I need you to like.
You just said it. You have mom brain. None of the other authors that I've signed are moms, much less moms of like young children.
Yeah. They were doing some cute stuff. They were being adorable. Nice.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. I would love to introduce myself. Thanks. Hello. If you don't know me, my name's Kelly. I'm a woman of many names, though you will know me best for my writing as Veronica King, my debut novel, Down the Well, which is a portal fantasy murder mystery with Alice in Wonderland vibes. So if you like whimsy with your trauma, this book might be for you. It is being published by Zara and December 5th of this year. So we're very excited. And I also have a YouTube channel where at the beginning of the month, we get together and talk craft-related, writing-related things. And then again, at the end of the month, where we hold each other accountable for the long-term goals we all set in a very supportive environment. And we like to help people find solutions so they can better meet their goals that they want to achieve. So that's me.
Our YouTube channel is linked in the description if you are watching on the Inimitable Books YouTube channel. Crystal, I don't know if you also linked her on your channel.
It's in the description.
Okay, cool. So linked in both places. And then on the Twitch side of things, I popped it into the chat. So yeah, I was like, wait, you didn't introduce Kelly.
I feel like most people that I'm seeing know me, but it's good for the people who might not be familiar or the people watching in the future. Hello, future watchers.
We do have someone new on Crystal's channel, like even new to Crystal. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's get an introduction in there. Jessica got 324 words for that sprint, made food, and helped hubby get the toddler ready for breakfast. Awesome. Hannah read a chapter of Silent Reading / Modu by Priest. It's a Chinese web novel. Okay. I was like, that doesn't look like, I mean, do is could be a French word, but Mo in French would have a T, and I was just very confused. Nadim wrote 15 words for my short story. Awesome.
Yeah.
Regina says, you are amazing, Kelly, and the kids spoke up right on cue, which is what I was thinking.
Well, I tried to get, ready and presentable this morning. So I was like, I have to shower. So as I'm getting ready and diffusing my hair, they're running in between my legs like I am a jungle gym, just in circles. And I'm like, children, please.
At least they weren't trying to climb you while you were doing it.
Oh, Luna started doing that.
I take it back.
Luna has started doing that, and I'm like, child, please. Mommy's not built to be a playhouse.
That's funny. Thag is saying mon Dieu. Yeah, well, that's what I initially thought, but then I saw Mo do, and I was like, okay, I could futz around with those and create French stuff, but then I saw that it was a Chinese web novel, and I was like, okay, I just have no idea what it is.
Why am I in this? Okay, sorry. I was gonna say something.
Why are you in this? Well, you signed up to be a co-host of this
podcast. I knew you were gonna say something like that. I had Notion finally loaded, and it popped right up on the screen where I was looking at, and I was like, why am I in Brennan the Golden Heart? That's not what we're working on.
Whoops.
Yeah, so popped back out of that. I saw something that was French, and I am dreading learning French. But I'm like, you know what? When I get there,
why are you dreading learning French? It's one of the fun ones, in my opinion.
I don't know. German is just so German.
Although you do look at a French word and you're like, I don't pronounce half of the vowels.
Yeah, I don't know. With German, it makes so much sense. And even whenever I was doing
I'm sorry to cut you off. I can read pinyin. I wouldn't have known the meaning, but okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm sorry. Yes, continue.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I should probably get Forrest from town. Sorry.
Kelly's also. Oh, you were frozen for a moment, and now you're.
Am I back?
You moved, and then you're frozen again. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Love that. I forget where I was going with that. Oh, I was going to get in the forest room. That's what I'm doing.
That was the last thing you said. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
I just got very excited because I was like, no, I can read pinyin. I don't think I ever fully learned to read Mandarin characters except a few. So I can look at something and be like, oh, I recognize this character within a bigger one, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the meaning is actually related, which was annoying. So yeah, but I can pronounce pinyin, which is the English with accent version of, yeah. But it's super important because intonation in Mandarin, you could either be saying mom or horse.
I remember you telling me that once, and then because you got the girls the Cinderella book,
yes,
and you're like, these are how you pronounce them that way. You're not saying them wrong, and it be something completely opposite.
I do want to make clear that I didn't give Kelly a book that was in Mandarin that she can't read. It's called A Chinese Cinderella Story, and it's written in English, but they have some words that are written in pinyin for certain things. So
Gotcha.
Here's a book I know you can't read.
Enjoy.
You're to give me a book that I'm not able to read. I can't read it. And it's for the girls. So, you know, if I couldn't read it, then
they have no hope.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do it. But, okay. I know I'm in the room. Oh, my rain catching on stuff. So what are we working on today?
Retroactive series Bible. I need to send a few more emails and then I'm formatting your book in its final form. And then you are doing the thing in Notion that you need to do. And then after that, you didn't say.
After that, I'm going to be working on the last chapter for Project Bun that needs done before Friday.
Die.
Yes.
Oh, maybe you did. I remember you saying you were excited for Friday to work with Ryan, but maybe you also said that you were doing that final chapter and I just missed that part.
No, you're fine. I'm just open. I said that I opened up the doc and I was like rereading through what we have written.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because we do the alternating stuff, and on Friday he wants to go through and like really break down scene by scene outline.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you hadn't written the final chapter. I think that's why I didn't put that together when you were like, oh, I'm rereading it and I'm excited for Friday. I think my brain was like, oh yeah, she's just refreshing herself.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Yeah, she is refreshing herself, but also because she needs to write another thing for it.
Right. Yep. Well, you know how I said at the start of the year I wanted to like draft 3 manuscripts this year. I didn't think that this was going to be the surprise second one. Yeah, English is hard.
No, like it actually is, because I taught English as a second language to a 3rd grader while volunteering, and also like ESL for adults. And so like the guy spoke Spanish, and Spanish never stuck in my brain well, but I was able to do French. So he would say certain things and he'd be like, why is it not like this? And I'd be like, well, I know that in like, obviously, because you're telling me it's this way in Spanish and it's the same way in French, but English is this way and I don't have a reason why, and I apologize.
I do that. I like mix up now whenever like I'm doing something in German and I'm like translating a sentence for like exercises. And I'm trying to translate it into English. I like fudge up my words so bad in the grammar. I'm like, my Appalachian grammar is getting worse now.
There's a thing on the internet that I've seen multiple times where I think it was like in a grammar book, or it was either a picture of a grammar book or someone had just posted it on Tumblr or whatever, and then it was screenshotted, where they were explaining like, these are the order that you do adjectives in English, and it's like you have to do size, color, or whatever. Like, so you'd say the big green dragon, you wouldn't say the big green dragon, like one, like in that instance it doesn't sound as wrong or whatever, but like there were examples of like what it was, and it's also like age and all these things, and it has to be in that order, otherwise it feels weird. And someone had reposted it and been like, in Tumblr before it was screenshot, where it's like my brain just blue screened.
Yeah, and there's like some things too, like with English, where it's like obviously like the grammar's a little like different from other languages, but like whenever I was doing Gaeilge, the sentence structure for that was really different from English, where like with German the sentence structure is fairly similar.
Yes, the old tiny red book would be correct. The long old tiny red book, that's also, yes, the correct order. And then I'm not going to do the other one, Eva. You can't trick me.
Just keep adding words to it.
Yeah, but also it's headed in a certain direction. Boring yellow Russian book. Do you mean Crime and Punishment? seen that on Instagram, and I'm just like, why? Like, I can get behind a lot of like nail art design things, like even things that I wouldn't do personally, but I just see that and I'm like, that feels so unsanitary. No tricks on purpose. Maybe. Yeah, I see you. Okay, let's start this sprint because we all got stuff to do.
Yay.
Hide that.
Eventually, this caffeine's going to kick in, and I'm not going to feel like a zombie.
I just realized I think I forgot to put. Did I have the ticker up for the first sprint? I
don't know.
I don't remember. Hon, I'm just going to quickly go back and check.
Love that.
That's
nope,
hilarious.
I didn't. Nope.
If it makes you feel any better, the chances of a banner or ticker popping up during any one of my productivity streams is like 1 in a million. So.
Okay, I'm just fixing the tickers.
Laura, that is nightmare fuel. Which is mostly a compliment, but also, yeah.
It's like a gizmo.
A bit.
Gizmo was Gremlin.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're not supposed to get them wet, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't feed him after. Is it after dark or after midnight?
Midnight.
Right. Don't feed him after midnight and don't get him wet.
Yeah.
Ugh. Laura is disturbing everybody with gremlin fingernails now, apparently.
So, you know, Laura can say mission accomplished, and we're all just here suffering.
Yep.
Classic Laura.
Yep. Laura does Laura.
I did buy a signed paperback of Tiny Shivers, but I haven't gotten it yet. Also, if anyone watching, if you're lurking, I don't see anyone in the chat who's commented, who this applies to, but if you bought something during the recent matching fundraiser that was done at the Inimitable Books Ko-fi page, I did not move back into my apartment until yesterday because I was staying at my mom's while I was recovering from yet another leg surgery, and I didn't have the stuff to mail out, so I will be mailing that out today. Okay, PSA over. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. do.
Finished writing all my God lore things, and then spell checked it, and then got into a fight with Notion because it doesn't like spell checking things as fast as I want them to spell check things.
Feel that. I counted up my words that I wrote from the other chapter and put it into a word tracker, even though I'm not really trying to track words for May because I told myself I wasn't going to like be working on anything. And of course that was a lie. And then I started chapter 18 and got 124 words in, I think. And then my brain was like, oh, let's do something else because, you know, that's how the brain works. And so then I switched gears and started doing some art for the stickers that I'm doing for the pre-order thing. So things still happen, still working on productivity stuff.
Things still playing. Shit. There we go.
I sent the emails and then I was printing out a shipping label. So next sprint, I can get to the formatting. Someone got recommended your channel, Crystal, and said, I don't know why this was recommended to me, but while I'm here, you guys should read Friedrich Nietzsche's, or Nietzsche, my bad, Beyond Good and Evil. I'm pretty sure I read that while I was in undergrad.
I'll add it to the list.
And then Laura had a snippet.
No, I love you, Laura, but Nightmare Fuel, no approve.
You don't want that.
Was that our third sprint? Or was that the second one?
That was the second. You came in during the first one.
Okay.
You didn't fully miss the first one.
Time is soup.
The past is soup. I'm hyper aware of the future. Like, oh, this is happening here and things like that. So
I feel that.
Uh-huh.
It's like if I don't pay attention to what's coming up, then I'm in trouble. Because I'll miss something. But my brain is like, it already happened. You know that it happened. Do you need to know when it happened? No. And I'm like, well,
the details don't matter. That's why I'm recreating a series Bible. Thanks, brain. You don't need to remember this for later.
That's what Ryan and I were talking about. If we need to make a compendium for Project Bun. I say compendium because Ryan is like, I hate series Bible. It just doesn't. What did
Kate Kavanaugh calls it like encyclopedia, which is what I like.
Ooh, I like that better. Yeah.
I mean, compendium sounds like very like fantasy-esque, so I mean it could work, but for me, I'm just like,
I like the encyclopedia.
I don't know. I do a lot less writing even in like my series encyclopedia or whatever. It's mostly like eye color and age and height and things like that. So like it doesn't feel large enough to count as a compendium. At least series wiki, yeah.
Oh, that.
That's cute.
I'm here for series wiki. Please.
403 words and took care of toddler. Good. Taking Roy out.
Yay.
We're all quiet this morning. Like ice on screen or the people in the chat? Maybe we're all just like still waking up or something.
I know I'm pretty low energy right now. I'm just kind of pretending I exist.
My dumbass body woke me up at like 4:15 a.m. and I didn't go back to sleep. Well,
Yeah, that there are days where like the girls, like Lucy in particular, will get up and it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm like, I could stay up right now and start doing things.
But also,
Yeah. Also, sleep is important. I go back and forth and struggle a lot.
I'm normally pretty good at going back to sleep, but I was trying. Yummy. And it wasn't happening. And it's like, if you don't fall back asleep within like 15, 20 minutes, you're supposed to get up. So I did. And then my mistake was I started like playing a game on my phone. And I was like, this isn't productive. So then what I started doing, which was the real mistake, was I started reading. I was almost like, oh, do I start like just doing the formatting? I was like, no, like then I'll be too tired for the stream later. And my brain somehow thought that reading wouldn't
make you tired.
That's not how this works.
It's like, I was like, oh, if I start formatting, I'll get too invested and I won't go back to sleep. I was like, that reading was going to do that to you too. So why?
Yeah. I went to bed early specifically to make sure I would be able to exist and function today. And then I woke up at midnight and stared at the ceiling for an hour going, why am I awake right now?
Yeah. Did add a few words after taking out some more, and then boom, something made me reference a throwaway line from the first scene that's been ignored and plot twist uncovered. That sounds cool.
It does.
Hannah finished silent reading, contemplating if I want to start the next volume or read something less gruesome. I mean, I'm someone who like mixes it up. I normally don't read one genre one after each other. Like I don't go down a genre rabbit hole without also like adding in something else. And like maybe I'll just alternate. And like my main focus is like I'm mainly diving into this genre, but like the break genre is.
Yeah, I tend to stick in my comfy zone.
Well, the thing is that I can be comfy in any genre except horror, apparently, but I will still read your thing, Laura, because I'm scared, but I still want to read it. Which is not normally how I react to horror at all. Normally I'm like, I'm scared and therefore I don't want anything to do with it. So congrats. You're making me interested enough that I'm willing to be scared. So yeah, but romance is almost always like my break genre because it's in some ways, and I don't think it's a knock on it like some people do. It's more formulaic and like expectations are clear than a lot of other genres, because even though there are tropes in other genres, the ways that they can twist are very unpredictable. Whereas with romance, it's like no matter the subgenre, if they're happy at 50% of the book, that happiness isn't going to last until the end of the book. Something's going to happen to make them upset, and then they'll get back together. If they don't end up together, even if it's not happily ever after and just a happy for now, it is not officially a romance. It is a book with a romantic subplot.
Yep.
Or a romantic plot, but not necessarily a subplot. But like Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy.
Yeah.
Not a romance.
What are your feelings on romantasy?
I hate the name. It should be called fantasy romance because you always put the subgenre of the romance in front of the romance. So like paranormal romance is because it's romance that's paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a romantasy is not a romance that is a fantasy that is romantic. Like it is full on romance that happens to be in a fantasy setting. And it's almost always like some type of like Hades and Persephone twin. And normally it's Faye lately, thanks to SJM. And it's just.
I think we covered that on a podcast episode because I was like, this might piss people off, but I don't really think they like Hades.
Yes, we did cover it. We covered it in our most. No, we covered it in our hot takes episode of the Writish podcast.
Yes. We
Um,
had, I remember particularly that I was like, this is going to piss people off, but that's okay because they'll be listening.
Yeah, you did. I remember that as well. Kelly and I have a podcast that is currently on hiatus.
Yes.
Because she's busy doing stuff and I'm
Busy
running a publishing company.
We're both busy doing things, but we did do that. We did have a podcast, and it's still up. You can still listen to all the episodes. We even did a thing on the Writish YouTube channel, Jeopardy style-esque game. So that was fun. If you're into that, it was a fun live stream.
I just replying to something.
You're good.
Yeah, so this is our podcast, and it's the hot takes episode in our most recent season. So
Nice.
It's a good time.
if you will. Sprint. I just remembered I have a meeting at noon, so
Love that.
We'll do this sprint, probably a shorter break, and then final sprint, and then wrap up.
Sounds good.
The code is, I should have put this up when we started chatting. My bad. 3 Foxtrot Quebec Zulu 5 Yankee Kilo Sierra Golf. It's up on screen. And I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know how I was able to get that. Usually, it's like the faster you say letters, the less I'll get, and I actually got them. Oh, I am proud of me. I don't know how it's happened because I'm not exactly awake.
Good job, Crystal. I know last time Zara was doing something, so I'm able to like come in and like run streams and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it for you, and like not a big deal till you get there. So I'm like sitting here running it, and then it came to the forest room thing, and I'm like reading it, and I'm like, I don't know the actual like military alphabet, so bear with because this is just Kelly's version of what we're doing today.
I just start using random funny words, and sometimes most of the time it's food. Let's be real. I'm highly food motivated, as we know.
I love food.
Which I probably should have got food, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I had some cereal this morning, and I'm like, I might get some stuff for sprint, some snackage. But I think I'm going to close this because I actually do need to do the writing on the next thing. I need to stay focused, but my brain over here is like, no, we will not focus.
Oh, that was me yesterday. Like I spent an hour trying to work on possible inkbox tattoo concepts, and I was telling my friend I was doing it, and she kind of acts as my accountability buddy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you have to work on your wiki thing, right? Like you have 7 total books you want to write, and you have no idea how everything is shaking out. You should not be working on art right now. I'm like, but Crystal, okay.
Now I feel that. The Project Buns series is a dangerously sweet saga, and it's completed at like 7 books. It's a food fantasy. Mm-hmm. And Ryan and I, co-writer, on Friday, we need to go and reevaluate each book's summary and what's happening because there are some things that we need to kind of change and shift around. So I feel the whole like working on the series wiki because it is a struggle sometimes, especially whenever things change in one book and then it has like a domino effect down the line that you then have to change and adhere to. So like it's a pain, but I also go back and forth from working on writing and art, but now the art has become a work and I'm on a deadline for certain art pieces. So I'm like, technically it's work.
Oh, that's different. I have no such. I mean, I wanted to finish the tattoo for May Chaos Rain stuff, and I'm just like, that's not going to happen because I actually have to physically teach myself how to do certain shapes, and I don't learn quick when it comes to art. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'll go back to the wiki and figure out like. And full disclosure, this was not supposed to be 7 books. It was only supposed to be 4. And then I remembered I had other stuff I wanted to tell. And then, you know how like the original book was 1 book that I cut into 3 and it had the other 2 had a good half a book that I just have to flesh out?
Mhm.
Well, when I changed stuff in draft 6, there's a bunch of stuff in draft 2 that can't happen anymore because technically it actually happened in book 1 already. So
That's always fun.
I have more drafting to do now instead of less. Everything's fine.
Yeah. I remember whenever I was like, oh yeah, drafting's my thing. I can do a fast draft real quick, which I can. I can fast draft stuff. But now I'm just like, you know what? I love revision more because
Yeah,
it's
I love it so much better.
it is.
I love drafting. I hate what I call careful drafting, where it's like, no, now you have to pay attention to at least some of the consistency, or you are going to break canon, and you cannot break canon because you have a plan.
Yeah.
You have a plan. Do I though?
Exactly. See, I get into that fight with my brain often.
No, I mean, I have an outline for my books now, and I actually pretty much stick to them, which I never thought I'd reach because I used to be outline, completely go off outline. So what was the point of outlining? So I do think it can get better with practice, but also I'm now writing books that like I've been thinking of for like 3 years at minimum. So it's like very much out in my head, played out in my head before I start anything. Okay, we're going to start this sprint so that we actually have time for a fourth, but that fourth one might be 20 or even 15 minutes instead of the 25. Just so.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Productivity.
Yes.
Or something like it.
Yeah.
Okay, hide this. Add. Why is my mouse not working? Cool. Thanks. Okay. Boom. And in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. That's you.
Realized I forgot a god, so fix that and added their lore because they're important too. Um,
I forgot a god.
Oops! Tell me you're a writer without being a writer. I forgot lore and divinity. And then I'm like, you know what? Since I'm in the mood, I'm gonna go work on world building. So I pulled up the world building template that I got from some website somewhere, and got stunned into silence and non-workingness because I just don't know if I like it and just couldn't figure out where I wanted to start. So I did nothing. Just stared at it.
You know what? Sometimes we just need to like take 15, you know, and just do nothing.
There'll be a lunch, and then I'll probably have brain, and then after the next stream, then I'll probably work some more.
Sounds fair.
Probably have brain.
I can never guarantee brain. Anyone knows me, I can never guarantee brain.
Anyone ever guarantee brain?
True. Oh, some people might be smarter than me.
I think you can be very smart and not be able to promise that like you're alert and like fully whatever.
No, that's fair.
Also, too, there are different kinds of smart, like being book smart or being like country smart.
I am the first and not the second.
But I finished my last chapter.
Yay!
So my portion is done. Just waiting on Ryan. So I think what I'm going to do probably the rest of the week, if I do feel like working on anything, is I'm going to pull up some map stuff. And work on that because we are pulling specifically from different heritage sites that we both have. And I would like to kind of figure out specific foods because it's a food fantasy that are known in those regions. But that's what I did. I also did some mom stuff. I think she's just upset because I'm in here and she's not.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I'll be right back.
I got like a third into the first chapter of the formatting.
Boo.
It just because it is all text for like the first 5 chapters, but there are like lots of like there are store signs that I want to format differently or like this and that or whatever, and so it just takes time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. Fine. Name the TV show.
Oh god, I can't just because every time I hear it, I think about that fire with the dog in the cup going, my life is fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah, I know that one's different. That's not the one that I was. Imagine my voice going up very high, falsetto.
I feel like it's there in like the knowledge is somewhere, is just out of my reach.
Friends.
Okay, that's why I have not seen an episode of Friends since I lived with my folks.
I thought you were going to say you've never seen one, and I was going to be like, okay, like then you wouldn't have known the reference.
No, it's just been a minute because I haven't had like TV in 10 years. So I have to go out of my way to actually watch shows, and Friends just never came up since I left.
That would explain it. But yeah, I wish it was faster, but as Baymax says, I am not fast. I am thorough though. And honestly, with a book, I feel like that's more important.
Yes.
Let's set up the code for the next.
I do feel closer to my goal for the week though, because this week I wanted to get 4 of the 8 stickers done.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can, by the end of the week, I can probably cross off 4. I'm just kind of going over last minute things that I might want to like tweak or fix because I'm perfectionist.
Oh, Kelly, I just realized I planted 2 wisteria instead of.
It's fine. Not worried about it.
I know that's your favorite one, but I just realized I was like, oopsie.
It's okay.
So I only planted one of your choices instead of both. I apologize.
It's all right.
I was like, wait a second. Okay.
I do have to go through. I do have to go through the book though for one of the stickers and get a description.
If you tell me what you're looking for, I can search the most updated Scrivener file and then text it to you.
That sounds great. I'll put it in the private chat.
4 Yankee Golf 537 R Romeo, my bad. Sierra Golf. I got distracted.
Do I got it? Got it? Maybe. E.
Oh, this one's cute.
Yeah.
I am debating on what I want to have for lunch because I do need to eat today. Yesterday, I was eating nothing but junk because I was stress eating. Yeah, so today I actually need to remind myself okay, we need to have a sandwich. We need to do this.
Yeah, I've got hot dogs. I'm having hot dogs for lunch because screw it.
There was a sale going on at Aldi where they were doing a sale on bagels. So I've been on a bagel kick lately, and it's also a really safe food texture wise. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to stock up on these. So I got bagels in the freezer, and every week I just have to get lunch meat. And I'm okay, I'm just going to have a bagel sandwich every day as long as this pleases my palate and gives me the serotonin.
Yes. You actually reminded me. I have bagels in the freezer. I should be having bagels for breakfast.
I'm loving hearing you pronouncing that because I live in New York and we pronounce it as bagel.
Bagel?
Like Baymax, but bagel.
Bagel.
Yeah.
How
Bagel.
are we saying it?
Bagel.
Right? Bagel?
Bagel?
No, you just added a southern twang to bagel, but you were saying bagel. Like a bag and then adding EL to the end.
That's, to be fair, that's how
that's how it's spelled, but I normally in New York we say bagel.
I didn't even notice. I think I go either way.
Ooh, you know what, Nikki? You know what I made? I made a braided challah on Friday, and I have some left over, and I think I'm going to make French toast with it.
Oh, yes. Challah is good. It's so good for French toast. I'm freaking jealous of you right now. Just so you know.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that for lunch.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Maggie says, you look pretty today, Sam, and I'm very confused.
Well,
unless Crystal has a real name that
No. Crystal's my real name.
It's okay, Maggie. We can pretend it's Monday. Thank you. I think we all look lovely.
Thank you for the like. I was just because sometimes newcomers will be like, why are you saying Kelly? It says Veronica, and it's same person. But
mini names.
I'm pretty sure Crystal's Crystal.
Yep. I lean heavy into the crystallized branding. What can I say?
Wow. That's intense.
Damn.
I try to be. Listen to the Hobbit audiobook since I found out I got more than halfway through it. Oh, that's cool. Cool.
I gotta do that. I have the Hobbit on Audible because for one of the Nostalgia Train book club picks months ago. But then I got distracted because if the book is not physically in front of me, it will not get read.
Yeah. Well, my brain just doesn't do well with audiobooks unless it's like nonfiction. And
fair.
especially like if it's a memoir and the person is saying their own stuff.
I do really good with audiobooks when I have the physical book. Audiobooks without the physical book don't last.
The thing is so the one that I like the most is Sarah Bareilles' Sounds Like Me. And I'd read it physically before I found out that she narrated the audiobook. And then so like I also kind of already knew what was happening. So yeah, I don't know.
Gotcha. Whee.
That's cool. Cool. We're gonna do a 20-minute sprint. It's like to give us time to like chat more at the end.
Yeah.
So Kelly's gone. Final sprint. Please donate to the Ko-fi page. The matching fundraiser may be over, but every dollar counts still. And in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. How'd you do?
I made stronger coffee because my chai tea was not cutting it. And then I found another world building template that I actually like better than the one I was using. So I started organizing that. And at about like the 5-minute mark, I realized that my brain is no longer functioning without food. So food is going to happen in a bit.
I also just got snacks. I didn't get food. I did some duo, looked at the outline for the bun series. And
to be clear, you're talking about Duolingo.
Mhm.
For people who like don't know you and know that you do Duolingo all the time.
Oh, yeah. So Duolingo.
Because there's an app called Duo, which is like a 2-factor authentication app that I had to use while I was in college. So like that wasn't
the little green owl app.
Yes, there we go.
And did some mom stuff, got some snacks, looked at the book outline for the whole series of the Dangerously Sweet saga, and then started to do some art and some finishing touches on the other 3 that I have done. And now I'm torn on if I want the Carrier Crow to have the really cute eyes that I gave Petra, or if I just want to leave them like deadpan.
I like what you did, but that's just my 2 cents.
I'll probably just do another layer and then like do the detail to the eye there, and then like go off and on, like hide it and then don't hide it to see if I like it, but we'll see.
I finished formatting chapter 1 and I got halfway through formatting chapter 2.
Fun.
That's good. There's just this one thing where if I italicize, or not even if I italicize, there are certain things that a printer is fine with going just a tiny bit over the margin.
Mm-hmm.
But to print the arcs like through KDP, they like freak out, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's not actually a problem. Like, there's more than enough space for it not to be a problem, and yet the system freaks out. So I was just fighting with how to do the spacing on a paragraph to not have that problem, and I think I finally figured it out. But I was like, why? Okay, let's do outros so that I'm not like rushing to get to my noon meeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Crystal.
So I'm Crystal. My channel's Clusters Content, where I make a range of videos, depending on what I decide to do on any given day: writing, D&D, gaming, witchy stuff. I'm also working on my debut novel, which is a paranormal fantasy with chaos, blood, magic. It's great. I also forgot May Chaos Reign. Links are in my description if you want to find that out, because that is a long readathon, life-a-thon thing, and we're this speed round outro. So it's cool. Check it out. Very important, because
our YouTube channel is linked down below on the Inimitable Books YouTube channel of this video, and then Crystal linked us. So
yes.
And Veronica King is also linked down below. So all YouTube channels are linked amongst each other. Kelly, your turn.
Hello, goodbye. My name is Kelly. I'm a woman of many names, but you'll know me best for my writing as Veronica King. My debut novel, Down the Well, comes out December 5th of this year and is being published by Inimitable Books. If you are into Alice in Wonderland vibes, portal fantasy, murder mystery, and like some trauma with your whimsy, this book might be for you. And I also have a YouTube channel where we get together twice a month At the start of the month, we talk all things writing craft related. And then at the end of the month, we have monthly accountability where we hold each other accountable for longer goals that we set and have a very supportive environment to kind of help people figure out solutions if they are open to that. So that's me.
Great. And my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, a small publishing company dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices without pigeonholing authors into writing about their trauma. I'm also the self-published author of 7 books. You can buy those as signed copies through the Ko-fi page down below. There are also stickers that define what inimitable mean if you don't know what it does. And yeah, there's like an outlining method PDF. There are other things that I'm forgetting, but like check that out. You can follow for free. You can support for as little as $1. And then there are things in the shop, like I said. So please check that out. Our first title is actually going to be The Legionnaire by Samantha Tronfeld, which is coming out October 3rd, 2023. This is no longer going to be the cover. So there will be a second cover reveal in the future, but that has not yet been, the dates have not yet been decided. Because things are changing, and either later today or tomorrow, the announcement about that will go out. But thank you for being here, and I hope everyone had a productive stream, no matter what that means for you. Bye.